Greetings. What is a good teacher? Let me share with you something that I found out um, many years ago when I started my teaching career. And I would label myself as an educator. I seldom use the title teacher. I use educator. But nevertheless, here's what Kahlil Gibran says. No man can reveal to you aught but that which already lies half asleep in the dawning of your knowledge. The teacher who walks in the shadow of the temple among his followers gives not of his wisdom, but rather his faith and lovingness. If he is indeed wise, he does not bid you enter the house of his wisdom, but rather leads you to the threshold of your own mind. I've read many books, and most of the thinkers always come with the same conclusion. Why is this not taught in schools? I think they need to rephrase that. Why is this not taught in Western schools? Schools dominated by European philosophy. That is, and I grappled with this for many years. Education, educate, they come from Greek or whatever. To educate means what? To pull out that which is within. So, what are you going to pull out that which is within if you're focusing on knowledge? And your assumption is that the child, you need to pour into their head knowledge. How can you from within? And herein lies the secret. If this is the mind and this is the body, that's symbolic. You will see me use this from time to time. This is the conscious mind. This is the subconscious mind where the heart is. That's the feeling. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Yeah. Long before the Nazarene spoke of this, Solomon, ancient. And these five antennae represent your senses. And here is the beautiful part. These six symbols represent your higher faculties. You have imagination, you have memory, you have intuition, you have reason, um, you have two others, which I'll come to them shortly. Perception. Those is what we need to bring out. And so when Kahlil Gibran talks of that you're going to give your faith and lovingness, and I just share here some feedback with a few students. I came across this because I keep these things. When students are graduating, sometimes they give you their photograph and they write something on the back. This person wrote, for a teacher who I look at in amazing. That's how you interpret it. Another student write, thank you for everything, especially your misguided advice. Again, we won't get into the misguided advice. Because the strange thing in life is what you think is misguided when you are 16, you're going to find when you're 26 and you now have the experience that that was valuable advice. And this is from a student when I was in Massachusetts and I was relieved. Although your physical presence is leaving the school, your emotional and intellectual presence can never be taken away from us. Thank you for being someone who can believe, who we can believe in here. You will never be forgotten. With love. Those are just three of the sentiment expressed by students. And I recall a teacher looking at me and telling me that she had a past student who came by. And the student was relating a conversation she had with that student, which she cannot recall. But the gist of it was that she had told the student that you are much capable to perform better than you are presently doing. And that sat with the child. And she was now going to university and she came back to thank her. Because she said she began to look at herself. She began to look at the environment in which she was in. And she was not happy. She needed better. She needed more. And so she strived for more and is on that pathway. So as teachers, it's not the subject here that you teach. That's not what students remember. That's not the impact. The impact is the relationship. Is your classroom a place of calmness, order, not discipline, order? And does students feel welcome? I had a practice despite all the so-called security crap. I tell students, my door is open. You're welcome. You don't need to stand up outside. I've never had students stand up outside. Doors will come in, have a seat, relax. Begin your day being happy. So education, and an educated person, as Napoleon Hill pointed out, is a person who can use the faculties of their mind to advance themselves without violating the rights of others. It's not the knowledge. So if you have faith and lovingness, and you apply the golden rule, you are planting seeds and you are going to create a forest. You may never see the forest, but you know that with each student, each person you meet, if you leave them with an impression of increase, if when they leave, they feel uplifted, then you have planted a seed that will grow into something better. Even if they do not know, even if they never acknowledge what you have done. But those students who have, and any teacher will tell you that, that is what it is all about. That is what brings you joy. Not the number of students who pass some exam or the other. That is not the important thing. It's the quality of that relationship and how it is going to allow the student as they grow in life to expand, to bloom, and to do that which every human is here to do. So continue planting seeds.